Okay. What are the things that inspire you with creative work?
I like leading my team to things that feel like unobtainable to them being obtainable. I like going onto a feature film where I'm the 22, 23-year-old director kid and having some like extra who's like in his 50s be like, hey man, can you grab me a water? I'm like, I'm not a PA. I'm not your boss. I like just defying the expectations.
Okay.
And like even in film school with the professors being like, you need to stick to shorts or whatever the case is. I just remember being like, we know how to make short films. Like, let's just make 12 short films together and call it a feature. And like, that's my mentality with everything. So I guess insurmountable challenges, I'm just like, let's get it.
The challenge is what inspires you.
Yeah, and do something new too. Yeah. You know, I really feel like we live in you think about like creativity. When I was younger, I think of creativity, I would think of like an infinite room of possibilities. Literally could do anything. And then over time, like we got like genres and categories and subcategories. And then we have like phones and social media and Instagram. And then I'm like, then you post certain shit on Instagram because this type of content gets more traction or like or comments. And before you know it, like that's when you're scrolling on your feed and you start seeing shit on Instagram that looks like other people's stuff. It's like literally right next to it. And I feel like these things like social media and Instagram and everything has like kind of waned our creativity into like this narrow tunnel. And I'm like, I love Instagram, I love social media. I'm not a social media hater. I think it's great for people to put themselves out there, and it's all about your perspective on these things. But my perspective is I don't just need to be creative through social media. Social media is like a way for me to promote the things I want to create, but I'm always trying to be like, keep creativity as this vast whatever versus like it needs to feel and look like this, because I don't like that. Like we've already seen familiar. I don't like creating familiar stuff, even though it's pretty much inevitable at this point. But trying to do something new and outside of like the realm of expectation, especially like modern day. Like, well, how many likes does it have?
Oh God.
Well, that doesn't qualify.
Aren't they talking about taking that away or something?
I think that would be great. Honestly, I'm all for Instagram getting rid of likes and comments and metrics. Or leave the comments. Like I don't. It makes no difference to me. I feel like if you post something of like yourself or someone else or whatever, say it's of yourself, you just started an Instagram account and it gets 5 likes. And then you post something the next day and it gets 6, 7 likes. Like in your head, you're gonna start comparing that photo and first one, and I absolutely despise that about tracking about all metrics. That stuff, because that first one could be like the dopest thing about you, but because there's a number on like how popular it is, you start like turning on yourself. I feel to like, I don't know, like adjust and like, I don't know, just be less authentic.
Like posting the content that you think is going to get the
most traction, most likes, or like whatever the case is.
And half the time there's so much that goes into it. It's like, what time of day did you do? The algorithm that plays in there, like any of that kind of stuff. Like, am I really like actively scrolling or am I like,
Think about that that would be like in a real world without like before Instagram and social media. Like think of the 90s, like going into class and be like, well, on
that's
Thursdays
so cute that
at
you
12
say
o'clock.
Think about the 90s, and I'm like, yeah, I was there.
That's what I'm saying. We relate.
Like, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was.
But go into a classroom. Okay, so like you look at the best times to post on social media today, like Instagram, like Thursday is between this time and this time. But like think about in the 90s, like going to school, like high school, middle school, whatever, and like be like, oh, it's Thursday. Like everybody likes to talk to each other on Thursday, or like everyone likes to tell
everyone's
everybody
gonna meet
what
in the
they
comments
like on
Thursday at
between
8
3 and 5.
Right.
Case, I don't know.
So. Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting that we like found ourselves doing all this stuff, but again, it's all about how you use it. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but it'd be cool to see them like take away the metrics. They're not going to do it because then how are companies going to know who has popping content and how are they going to invest
like
into
the engagement and all that kind of stuff? Yeah.
So it doesn't really work for their entire model. Their model is to keep us hooked and addicted, like zombies.
Yeah. Right? Gosh, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, I feel like so.
It's fine.